Hello. Um, I've just found myself recently wondering, about, I just found myself wondering and thinking, when did we become so disconnected from our own authority that complete strangers can tell us with absolute confidence about our lives? When have we When have we abdicated such responsibility from our lives that now there is such an avalanche of advice, of opinions regarding how we should live, how we should eat, how we should walk, we should relationship? The list goes on and on and on. Is it just me? Or have you just experienced that this seems these days to be like a lot of information overload? I mean, just recently I found myself, just in a twirl, regarding water. I mean, I'm sure just like you, just like me, you grew up knowing that 8 glasses of water is what you're supposed to take on a daily basis. And that's what I've been doing for the past 50 years. Turns out, nah, that's not quite how it's supposed to work. Because one video rocked up and it said, no, actually, it's not just how 8 glasses of water, it depends on body mass and etc. etc. That depends on how much water you should take. Knowing me, off I went, calculator, and I calculated how much water I needed to take. Sadly, it turned out that I needed to take a lot more than 2 liters. And I thought, ooh, can you imagine? My body has been so underhydrated, and I started drinking 3 liters of water every day. And it felt like such an accomplishment. A few weeks later, another video popped out. No, actually, that's not how it should be. You know, you should drink when you're thirsty because your body is wise enough to know. Oh, wow, really? Another one came back later. No, actually, it shouldn't be cold water. And mind you, can I just tell you, I love ice, ice cold water. Turns out that's wrong too. I'm supposed to have either room temperature water or have warm water because yeah, there's also something that's just not ideal for my body with cold water. Okay, just when I thought, okay, I'm getting the hang of it, oh, somebody came and said, oh wow, you need to add a bit of Celtic sea salt in this water because if you don't add it, the water just come right out. And I was like, hi bo, oh, I mean, seriously, you see what I mean? Is it just me? And I know I'm just using the water example, but I'm sure there's a lot more examples that you can think of. Is it just me, or have we just gotten to a point where, there's so much information and there's a lot of people who know so much about our lives? And I found myself just in most instances, adopting and taking those things. And then, as I was sitting with this, just a thought came to me to say, you know, is it really about, information overload, or is the issue here that maybe I just need to learn to trust my own opinion and my own voice, you know? And don't get me wrong, I honestly don't think there's a problem with taking advice and adopting advice. I mean, who doesn't, right? There are a lot of studies that are valid, there are a lot of things that we need that we really rely on, but I'm sure I just feel that at this rate, there's just so much information overload. And most times, I'm speaking for myself, it leaves me feeling more stuck than actually moving along. And sometimes inadequate as well, because I feel like, sure, I'm actually not doing enough because, there's so many things. Wake up at 5 a.m. if you want to be successful. If you don't wake up at 5 a.m. and somebody has already woken up, I mean, hello. So to be honest, I just find myself leaning more and more into, for the next few weeks, I'm just going to slow this down. And for myself, when something like that comes up, I'm just going to just pause for 5 seconds and say, does it really resonate? Does it resonate? Am I doing it because it really feels like something that that will work for me that I'd like to do, or am I doing it out of pressure to conform or whatever it is, you know? And if I find that it resonates, I'll do it. And if it doesn't, honestly, I'll keep it moving. And don't get it twisted. Don't think like this is an answer. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just saying I'm going to try and see where that lands me. Because, sure, right now, I know, guys. Seriously, is it just me? Or are you also experiencing this kind of, you know, experiencing experts' information that is just overloading you? So please share your experiences in the comments, and I'd really like to find out more. Till next time. Bye.